But in the meantime, Grant has today's weather.
Daniel Craig would never have cycled between Sydney and Melbourne. Not possible.
He would have driven an Aston Martin.
Maybe by... Yeah, exactly. He would have done it with class and style. No, exactly correct.
He definitely wouldn't have fallen off.
Look, Rachel stepped up in the world, and that is a fact. You're a generous, funny, hilarious, hard-working human being, and we're proud to work alongside you, Barrett's. Don't let them rattle you.
Thanks,
hey guys, now, of course, I know you're a bit of a fan of this last time we did this. Remember last time we sat on the side of Sydney Airport, we watched the planes, and we revealed some of those fascinating facts about Sydney Airport that we didn't really know. Guess where we are this morning? We're in the control tower. Yes! We're actually in the brains of this venue. The men and the women that control the circling planes of the sky and the safety of the passengers that rely on this transport. Yes, I should. You're right, I don't want to distract them. Not when there's an A380 coming in, that's for sure. Have you ever seen the movie Flying High?
Yeah.
So much fun. So much fun. Let's have a look at the forecast, though. Oh, yeah. You should listen to these guys at work. God, they're like surgeons. They're like vocal surgeons. This is Golf Romeo Alpha November Tango signing off to see you in half an hour. Fascinating stuff today.
Fantastic.
Exciting.
Looking forward to it. Coming up, London's new...
From 9 p.m. it is first match-up, so look out for that. Right now, let's go straight to Sydney Tower. Good morning, Grant Denyer. If you are a pilot this morning, flying anywhere near Sydney Airport, feel free to buzz the tower because Grant's in there.
Oh yeah, wouldn't that be awesome, buzzing the tower? Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. Copy that over. Look, I fly almost every single day. I've almost done 1,000 flights over the last 7 years for Sunrise. I almost don't want to know how it works up here, just quietly, because it's intense. You know, 97,000 passengers a day rely on the 40 crew in here that operate the airspace. Let's have a listen. Okay, that was good. As you can see on the screen behind her, that is the overview of the airspace above the place where we are at the moment. Those little boards sitting right in front of Margaret underneath her there are the planes that are about to come in. Now she slides those little boards around to the next person over here. Now what he does, he then starts to bring in those planes. Now we're talking 900 movements a day, 900 individual planes that these 40 people have to come up with. It's like a constant game of chess. It's like a video game you can't lose. We won't let you lose. It starts to make its way around to the people then who operate and control that plane on the ground. That's Blake. He's like the Downey Jr. of pushing 10, if you like. I think he'd like that reference too. Just quietly. He's got that unshaven look. But don't let that deter you. That is a sharp and steely resolve that Blake's got at the moment. These are highly intelligent people with a very important job, and you can see him controlling the planes down on the ground at the moment, letting them know where to park. And as that board slides around onto different people as it goes, it then ends up at the person who checks all the payments and then charges all the planes. It's like parking in the city. It's quite incredible stuff as we have a look at the forecast. 67,000 jobs are directly related to the Sydney Airport, such as the business. Oh, that's who's coming in now? Is that? That's QF Flight 1 from London, is it? It's three minutes late. Jesus. I don't know what you're supposed to do. I don't know. Systems are falling apart up here.
Tell them to floor it.
And of course you can buy shares in Sydney Airport as well. Oh. Macquarie Airports, MAPs.
Certainly making some money.
They make a lot of money, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Parking is one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ever parked here?
Not the jet, yeah.
All right,
Thanks,
mate.
Grant. See you soon.
It's fascinating.
Isn't it really cool? Now, we've teamed up with Morning, Lady Gaga sued. But now let's check in with Grant and all today's weather. We're loving where you are, Grant.
Yeah, Flight 34 Garuda, have you got everything you need before you take off? Yep. Does that include the salt and vinegar Pringles or just the sour cream? Sour cream as well? Beautiful. M&Ms? Okay, fully stocked. Right on top of it this morning. It's peak hour down here in Sydney. It's pure madness. Air Services Australia, they control our airspace over this wonderful country of ours. 900 air controllers. This is peak hour as we speak. This is D-Day. This is when a plane every 3 minutes touches down. 7,000 passengers. Every couple of minutes will be coming in. It's extraordinary stuff. 36 million passengers a year. We're right amongst it at the moment. Ground zero, if you like. You know all the lights that exist around the runways at the moment? There's 1,000 light bulbs that light this place up at night so all the planes can see where they go. You know the centre line, where the plane lands? That has to get repainted every 7 to 10 days because of all the tyres that touch down and slam and mark the place up. So that's how extraordinary it is. And when you've got planes as big as an A380, you know, $330 million worth of machinery right there, the responsibility is huge. What we're going to do now is turn the lights off. Are you ready for this? See this panel here? This is runway 34L runway. Here's the on, here's the off. All right, Trent's just panned over there. I'm going to turn the lights off in 3, 2, 1. Lights are off.
Oh, that's powerful.
Good morning.
Are you meant to do that?
Is that? No, not at all. In fact, someone was on approach just then and they've just now had to reroute to Dubbo, unfortunately for them, because the joke's on them, no Pringles in Dubbo. Let's have a look at the forecast. The Broome a top of 30 and 26 for Carnarvon. Not only that, it is just one heck of a place to catch the sunrise. Look at that, Australia. Good morning to you. We hope it's wonderful where you are this morning. We'll see with more weather details in half an hour from the control tower at Sydney Airport.
It is just fascinating. Thank you, Grant. Look, we seem to have been talking about the carbon tax forever, and it looks as though we won't be.
Stars of Transformers 3 are soon.
And Grant has Monday's weather from the tower at Sydney Airport on Sierra Uniform, November Romeo, India, Sierra Echo. That's sunrise.
Exactly right. Let's check with the weather. Look, if you're flying into Sydney today, you're in good hands because Grant Denya's at the helm in the control tower, and incoming information Quebec, he's got it all covered.
Yes, I do.
Gee, it looks good up there.
Mate, it's fantastic this morning, and if you are flying today, a little bit of fog around Tassie and Canberra. It hasn't affected the air services in those regions, as Air Services Australia is the organisation that is responsible for covering 11% of the world's airspace. Such are our air traffic controllers, who are amongst 40 of them up in this air traffic control area over Sydney. One fascinating fact I love about Sydney Airport, see that runway right there? That is certified for the space shuttle, 4 kilometres long.
What?
It is one of the few strips in the world that is long enough for the space shuttle.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Over here, we have one of the men. We're going to take this show on the road, folks. He's Blake. Now, Blake's a young gun. That just popped out, actually, that term. Funnily enough, what do you actually love about the game of pushing tin in the skies?
I love my job. It's fantastic. Every day is different. You know, sometimes it can be really intense. Other days, you know, it can be quite relaxing, and we're enjoying the best view in Sydney. It's fantastic.
It really is 3-dimensional chess. You know, it's a high-stress game of 7,000 passengers' lives an hour that are in your hands. No pressure.
No.
But is it like that? Do you contemplate that at all?
Oh, of course, it's a small part of it, but you just come in every day, do your job, and don't think about it too much. But it's quite rewarding.
You must hear some funny things come over the radio at some stages.
Oh, well, we do. The Americans are the funniest. You know, they have really strong accents, and they say some quite funny things. You know, you'll never take off, and next thing you'll hear, "Yeehaw, we're rolling."
Real cowboy stuff.
Yeah, real cowboy stuff. Yeah, that's great.
Classic. Let's have a look at the forecast. Perth sunshine at 23, Darwin sunny and 32. Just take a look at the screen that they've got at control here, guys. That's the airspace over Sydney. All those numbers replicate a specific plane either coming in or out. Now, the one thing that was quite remarkable is last Tuesday you didn't see a name, a number, a dot for 200 nautical miles. No one has ever seen that in the history of Sydney Airport due to the ash cloud. It completely shut down. there was a lot of basically Sony PlayStation being done up here that day. We'll see in half an hour.
Grant, getting lots of emails from female viewers just wanting a few more details on Blake.
Oh, really?
Status.
I'll pass those on to Blake and I'll let him know.
All right.
Status, Blake, are we single?
No, girlfriend.
Girlfriend, sorry, Australia.
Sorry, ladies.
All right.
Locked out.
Girls can
So
look.
all you men out there who are looking for another bloke, he's taken, unfortunately.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. All right.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Grant.
Thanks, Grant. See you in half an hour. It is 7:38. We've teamed up with T.
It's going to be a ripper tonight, absolute ripper. Grant, lots of questions coming in because you're, of course, down at the control tower at Sydney Airport. Can you help with this one? Sue
Yes, I can.
wants to know, outside the control tower, for anyone who's landed in Sydney, there's a big thing like a big slide down the outside of the tower, right? Sue says, is that a giant escape mechanism for the controllers in case a plane is heading straight for the tower? Mate, what is that, do you know?
Good question. I've actually thought that for years myself. I looked at it as a kid and went, that is surely a slippery slide. Actually, no, that's an external staircase. They have a lift internally, but it's just an external staircase just to walk up and down. So not as fun as what you may have thought.
Get down
but you know
quicker,
what?
They don't need stairs. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly right. I have also got another question. I'm glad we answered that one for you there, Brett. So I just got a tweet, and this is a ripper, from a pilot's wife saying, can you call Captain Mext on a QF flight from Melbourne to Sydney right now to tell him I can't find the car keys? So serious stuff at the moment, so I'll put Blake onto it and he's going to give Captain Mext a bit of a call to see whether they're down the back of the couch or where he might have put the car keys so his wife can go to work. As you can see at the moment, traffic is really getting busy at Sydney Airport now. Look at the way that those planes have banked up, a very, very different different state to what we saw earlier on. You know what is quite unique when you talk about the size of Sydney Airport? The flight to Canberra is 20 minutes. If you taxi from one end of the airport and then to the southern end of the airport to fly north, that is 15 minutes. So the difference in time between taxiing and the flight to Canberra in itself just shows you how busy and significant this airport is in Australia as we take a look at the forecast for the final time. In fact, so much fuel is used to fill up these planes to send them on their way. As I said, 900 planes a day are processed here. There is a constant fuel line running in a massive tube all the way from the refinery to the airport. They can't possibly truck enough fuel over to be put on board the planes. They have a huge pipe that runs underneath the airport to keep them all going and get them in the sky. And in fact, if you kind of liked what you saw today and you sort of get a sense of wanting to see what planes are like over your sky and your house, WebTrack. So Air Services Australia, on their website, they have a system, WebTrack, where you can actually see the online version of the radars of the planes over your city and over your the 8 airports in Australia. And just before we go, I have to say hello to Ben Freeman. It's very important because we're flying out today, and his dad works up here. And if I don't say goodbye to him, our plane will be delayed by about an hour and a half or so. So Ben, g'day Ben, and g'day Dad. Keep up the good
Do you
work.
want to say hi to anyone?
Cans.
Because she's flying, do you want to...
I'm going to Canberra at 11:55. No delays.
Yeah, just,
we should
is
tell everyone.
Canberra good?
No delay. I'm taking requests. Got that. I'll write that down.
Well done. All right, mate. Thanks.
Aye, aye.
See, that was great. Really interesting.
It was a fascinating morning.
Now, going viral this morning.